It's Kay Divine coming back with another message this morning. Excuse me. By the way, not that I need to announce this, but I'm doing this to try to hold myself accountable. Oftentimes I pre-record. I think I've said this before. I pre-record and then I post as I go. But a lot of times, especially like when I make messages in the morning like this, a lot of times some of the messages that I make, I want to get them out immediately. And so then my other ones start getting buried. So what I might start doing, I won't say might, what I'm going to start doing is when I can, I'm gonna be posting multiple times a day. So I would really appreciate it if when you all have the time, and if you get notified when I post a video, when you have the time, please take some time and watch my videos. I would really appreciate that, because I know it can be difficult for content creators when they start posting a lot, because I know that people are trying to they're trying to do it all too. So it's like they may not have time. Like they see one video and they're like, shit, I don't have time to watch 2 30-minute videos today. Like, I get that. So when you do see me post it multiple times, just know I'm trying to get stuff out. I may post twice today. I'll be at work, so I'm trying to get my ducks in a row. But anyways, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back actually. This is Cosmic Chats with Kay Divine. I want to talk today about seeking outside validation from people, and when you no longer seek outside validation from others. So I think from a very young age, the majority of us are taught to seek outside validation, because we live in a world where you always got to answer to somebody, right? You gotta always answer to someone, and someone's opinion matters. And for those of you that grew up with like very narcissistic parents, and when you were unaware of the abuse, you really did take a lot of their criticisms to heart, and rightfully so, because you thought it was normal, right? We thought that the way that our parents treated us was normal. And it's crazy to me, because like when I look back at like some of my friends, some of the people I grew up with, and they would tell me stuff about like their parents. Like my mom didn't do the same stuff as their parents did, you know. And it doesn't help when you are like the black sheep. More than likely, if you're watching my content, you're the black sheep of the family, you're the scapegoat of the family. It really is, it's hurtful. It's hurtful when you're the black sheep, because all you want is love and support. All you ever wanted was love and support, and you didn't get that. You didn't get the love and support that you desperately needed. And so all your life you've been trying to figure out, what is it that I have to do that will make my family love me? What is it that I have to do that will make my family show some sort of interest in what I'm doing? And that was something that I chased for many years, and I was like, what do I have to do to be better so that they will see me? I wanted to be seen by my family, not just my mom and my sister, but my extended family as well. I'm like, man, I just want to be seen by these people. Like I want them to see me for me, and not this version of me that they are trying to hold on to. Like I was like, what do I have to accomplish in order for them to see me? And when I realized that they were going to hold on to a version of me that kept them comfortable, that's when I was like, it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how many degrees I get. It doesn't matter how many children I have. It doesn't matter how many different jobs I do. It doesn't matter how many accomplishments I have. They're always going to see me as the person that they want to see me as, which is this troubled person that, oh, is just so mentally ill, and oh, well, you know, they're crazy, you know, she's bipolar, and she has all these issues, and oh, well, you know, she took a lot of that stuff that happened when she was younger really hard, and you know, like as if what I went through, I was just supposed to, like, oh, that they just got over it, you know. That was something that my sister told me, that she told somebody, that the abuse that I endured like as a child, that I took it really hard and that she was okay. Oh, well, but I'm fine. Like, well, she had a really hard time with it, and she still struggles with it, but I'm fine. And I'm like, are you though? Like, are you okay? No, ma'am, she's not. She's not though. She's not. She can sit here all day and try to pretend that she is, but I've seen you behind closed doors, and I've seen the men that you date. So I don't think you're okay. Anyways, but once you stop seeking that validation from those people, there's going to be a couple things that may happen. One, those people are going to start distancing themselves from you. And why? Why are they going to start distancing themselves from you? It's because they are understanding and realizing that they're not going to be able to be comfortable around you knowing that you feel the way that you feel about yourself. When you start really loving yourself and you stop accepting people's versions of you that they've created in their head, or the person that they want you to be, when you stop living that lie, when you start being who you want to be and creating the person that you want to become, they don't like that because, one, a lot of them have been talking about you for a very long time about how unstable you are, how crazy you are, how you just never, like, they just never gonna get right. They never gonna get right, type of person. Like, that's the things they've been saying, or they've made up stories and they've played the victim when it comes down to you all their lives. And you improving yourself and really sticking to it really starts to show the lies that they tell themselves, and they're not comfortable with you not being who they need you to be, or you not accepting the person that they feel like you should be in their head, the person that they curated. Like my sister, I remember when my sister started distancing herself from me, when I started healing, and I was like, and I started bringing stuff up to her, like, when this and this happened when we were kids, like, that's not normal. And she was like, well, she was like, well, that's just the way it is. It's just the way it. She just wanted to accept it and sweep it under the rug like the rest of the family. And I'm like, nah, fam, I can't sweep this under the rug. I can't sit back and pretend like this shit didn't happen to us. You can pretend all day and go and smile and laugh and kiki and ha ha in the people's face. I'm cool, straight on that. Can't do it. I remember, like, when I was telling her this, and she was just like, but when you were younger, like, you were a lot, like, you were doing a lot when you were younger. And I was like, I needed help. I was like, I needed help. I needed help when I was younger. I needed someone to love me. I needed someone to guide me and show me what it is that I needed to do. I was thrown out into the world to figure life out on my own, because my mom, she was very emotionally detached. My mom was one of those parents that did what she was supposed to do as far as the basics. She made sure that we ate and that we had clothes to wear and shoes. Like, I mean, it was never a time that I went where I didn't have, clothes and shoes and stuff like that, or, got my hair done or whatever. Like, that was never the case. But my mom, she didn't have tough conversations with me. My mom didn't guide me. Like, when I did go to her and ask her for help, a lot of times she would tell me, well, I can't help you, so you're going to have to figure it out. I learned a lot of shit on the fly, on my own, because I had no choice. Like, that's just what it was. I learned a lot of things on the fly because I had no choice. And then, when you have to grow up quickly, the funny thing about narcissistic parents is that you have to grow up quickly, and they treat you as an adult as a child, and then they treat you like a child when you become an adult. Like, my mom felt like I wasn't capable of making my own decisions, but it's like I've been making my own decisions since I was a child because I had no choice. I've been cooking for myself, washing my own clothes, and getting myself up in the morning for school, packing my own lunch since I was in like this first, second grade. And if I didn't pack a lunch, or if I had to wait, or I had to ask other people for food and stuff like that, or I had to If I forgot to ask for lunch money, like my mom didn't check a lot of times on stuff like that. So it's like I had to do a lot on my own. And a lot of times when you're part of a narcissistic family system, when you become aware of the abuse, they are going to definitely start calling you crazy, and they're definitely going to start trying to distance themselves from you, because they don't want to have to look at the abuse for what it is. They would rather continue to keep you in that scapegoat position so that they can feel comfortable. Excuse me. And my sister definitely started to distance herself from me when she realized that I wasn't going to play that whole like, oh yeah, I'm just the bad kid and I did so wrong and I'm gonna have to make up for that my entire life. No. And at the end of the day, it's like, if y'all don't fuck with me, if you felt like I was such a bad kid and that has hindered the way that you're going to view me the rest of my life, if I have to hold on to the 16-year-old girl that I used to be, if I have to hang on to the 12-year-old that I was, like if I have to still be that little girl in your eyes, then I don't want to be around you. I'm good. I'm actually okay. I'm okay with not sticking around for this. I'm actually okay. Like I'm okay. I don't need to be a part of this family. I don't need to pretend. And like I said, these people are going to start to distance themselves from you because now you're telling the truth too much, and they're not comfortable with the truth being told. Okay, like your truth is very potent because it's far different than the lie that they tell themselves, and it's far different from the shit that they've been making up about you. And they don't want you to sound credible when you start to reveal what really was going on behind the scenes. They don't want you to sound credible. This is why they start calling you crazy, because they want people to, that's why they'll say, oh, this person is mentally ill. Oh, this person has all these issues. And it's like, I may have some mental health issues. I'm like, but it stemmed from trauma that stemmed from my mother and her poor decision making. I don't know why people are driving like this on the freeway today. I don't know if it's just me. But what also may happen is they may up the ante with you. Some people will try to come at you harder when you stop seeking outside validation from them. Like when you stop seeking their approval, they may start acting real different around you. They may start trying to convince you that you're the person that they tell other people that you are, or the person that they convince themselves that you are. So like one of my former best friends, and he was a part of my workplace mobbing. And one thing that he kept doing, because we had a situationship outside of everything else, he kept trying to convince me that I kept telling his girlfriends that if I wanted him, I could have him. And that just simply wasn't true. Like the girlfriend that he had at the time, I don't know whether they're together or not now, but he tried to tell me that I told his girlfriend that at my baby shower, that I told her like, oh yeah, well if I wanted him, I could have him. And I was like, and at the time when he first told me, I was like super apologetic, and I was like, I don't remember saying that, and if I did, I'm really sorry. Like, but he's like, yeah, you said that. But no, I didn't say that to her, because why would I say that to your girlfriend at my baby shower with my baby daddy sitting like literally across the way from me? Why would I? That doesn't even make, like, I'm not worried. I was not worried about him at that point, because at this point, by the time I got pregnant, you know, he was in a different relationship, and we had already determined, both of us had gotten the relationships that we wanted, but him and that other girl broke up, and he started dating this other girl not too long after that. So it's like, I wasn't worried about you. I was starting a whole family. What am I worried about you for, nigga? I'm not even calling you anymore. So, you know, it's like, the fact, like, and that's what I'm saying, like, they'll up the ante with you, like, they'll lie, they'll try to lie to your face about this shit, about, well, you said this, well, you did this, and I'm like, no, I didn't. yes, you did do this. And so they try to convince you that you did some shit that you really didn't do. They gaslight your ass. And then the other thing that is going to happen, which can be in combination with any of the other things I just said, is that they'll start a smear campaign on you. They will start telling people that they'll start telling people anything. Just flat out lies. That's all I can really say, because they're afraid of what's going to happen if the truth really is revealed for what it is. These people are very uncomfortable with the truth. A lot of people don't want to have to look at themselves and see themselves for the things that they have done and how they participated in harming you. They will, especially the people who are overly religious. Those people who are, in the church or the mosque or the synagogue all the time, they want to believe so badly that, well, I'm a Christian, I'm a good Muslim, I'm a good Jewish person, I'm a good whatever. Like, they want to believe that so badly, but they're like, this is cognitive dissonance. They already know how it is that they're behaving. And they'll literally go around to anybody who will listen and be like, oh, well, can you just pray for her, because we're so worried about her. We're so worried about, what's going to happen to them. And, well, we try to help, but, I can't help someone that doesn't want help. It's like, I don't want your type of help. Your type of help would involve me continuing to be ridiculed and abused, and I don't need that in my life. So I'd rather distance myself from you. And a lot of them take offense to that, because they're like, how dare you not want to be around me? And it's like, but then again, they don't want to have to deal with the truth of it. It's like, I don't want to be around you because I'm not emotionally safe with you. I can't tell you what's going on. Like, one of the biggest reasons why I stopped talking to my family is because they're not interested in anything that I'm doing. They literally do not care about anything that I have going on. And I'm like, that is not a relationship, okay? That's not a relationship. You can't try to force people to love you. And I wasn't going to force them to try to love me. I just wasn't. And I wasn't going to stick around and have to continue to play small and if I was to tell them what I was going on, then it would be all the, they did not support me. So I'm like, well, what's the purpose of being around people who clearly don't have any interest in you? Like, those people don't like you. And that's the thing, like, I'm not going to continue to be around people who don't like me. I'm just not going to do that. I'm okay with being alone. I'm okay with being around people who actually care about me. But I'm not going to be okay with being around people who have made it very clear to me with their actions. Because I love when people say, like, oh, well, did you talk it out? I don't need to talk it out with somebody. Their actions said everything that I need. They do not care about me. The lack of communication, the lack of follow-up, the lack of follow-through tells me everything that I need to know. I'm not important to you. And that is okay to me. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I give a fuck about your opinion of me. And I'm not going to keep you posted. I'm not going to tell you what's going on in my life. You're going to have to find out with the rest of the world. You're going to have to sit in the nosebleeds with everyone else to the show of my life. This is why people start getting mad when you're not, this is why they get mad when they don't have anybody around you anymore that they can call on to ask about, hey, what's going on with them. That's why people be lurking on y'all social media pages and shit, because they can't stand the fact that they don't know what the fuck is going on with you anymore. They wanna be a part of your life, but they don't want to treat you right. And when you stop seeking their validation, guys, I promise you, they're going to show their whole selves. They're going to truly reveal to you who they really are. And I mean, and ultimately, they kind of have no choice but to show you who they really are, because they can't pretend with you. Because a lot of these abusive people rely on emotional reactions and emotional responses. And when you no longer give that to them, what can they don't have anything to go off of anymore. they're like, oh, well, I can't get this emotional response out of them anymore. Then they're going to start showing you who they really are. And oftentimes what they're saying about you, they're just projecting onto you. They're projecting all of their insecurities and all their dislikes of themselves. Okay? So that was my message for this morning. I love you guys. Watch out for multiple videos that it may be coming. I'm going to try to do it today for sure. But I have a long day here, so we'll see. But I love you guys. It's your girl, K Divine, and I'll see you later. Bye.